Hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. Where have I heard that before? That's interesting. Anyway, welcome to Saturday Night Live. Royal Sussex Saturday Night Live. There we go. Welcome to Royal Sussex Saturday Night Live. Let's see who we have in the live chat. Over 300 comments before I showed up. That's incredible. Nice. You guys have been chatting away. Glad to see that. Okay, let me see. Welcome aboard, one and all. We got, oh, wow, that is going fast. Let me see. We have Annie Bullard, Brenda Gray, Daracus Baker, Melina Lucia, Myra V, Simply Vigo. Uh, I said fancy, right? Isabella, I'm sorry, Anastasia Isabella, Latoya Wiley. By the way, Anastasia is one of the amazing um, Mod Squad moderators. Huntley 62, Carmen Bennett, Luana Rascado, Connie Balmer, and Kathy Gabrielle, moderator Church Nelly. Welcome, Rhonda Bryant, Black Queen. Elaine Parker, Miranda Rios again, I guess. Did I say it already? Denise Jones, Lucy Wynn. Let's see. Etna Richardson. Well, I moved my computer closer. You know, I'm so vain. I really need to get those bifocals. Miss S, Sister and Cece. And then Diane Hawkins making my job easy for me. Let's see, is there anybody I missed on this list? Denise Jones, Colleen Akbor. Okay, and let's see, Ty Fletcher, welcome. Beverly Jackson, Elaine Parker, maybe again. Gwendolyn Daniels. Okay, I don't have a real good memory with who I've already said. So, right, Luana Roscato. I think I said your name already, right? Anyway, welcome. If I didn't say your name, do know you are welcome to the chat. Maria Fabian and Dolores Thomas, Tash Mack, Nia Prince, Anna Espinoza, Zenobia Woods, Hyacinth, Newell, right? And Gina Suchi. Sheila Watson, hi, welcome to the chat. Lori, 29. Lottie, okay. Anybody else? All right. So we got a lot to get to tonight, Joy Angel. We have a lot to get to, like the fact that I can't see very well. Maybe I should stop driving at night. Oops, that's right. I don't even have a car. Hi, Julia Rock. Let's see. Ellen Braden, hi. Dara Edgehill, welcome. And okay, I think we got everybody. Opal Jones, right? Okay, so I hope everybody's having a great evening. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. There's a lot to get to. There's good news and bad news, not necessarily to do with the Sussexes, of course, but life happens, and we're here for everyone, even the people that we don't like so much. But that's enough about Prince Charles. But even people that we don't like so much, right, Susie Q? Donna Black, hi. Yulita Amarosa, welcome. And MCM Positive. Okay, welcome. Crystal J, welcome. Okay, so there's almost 300 people here. I think we can get started. Let's see. Well, let's just start with the lunacy, shall we? Guess who's at it again? Someone who seems to be obsessed with the Sussexes is back to her old tricks again. Know the signs when they're obsessed. You know, the scrunched brow, the pursed lips, the tight jaw, crazy eyes. Yes, Camilla is obsessed with Meghan. The Sussexes in general, but Meghan in particular, she is obsessed. The way we know she's obsessed is that sometimes she sits there and just think of things to say. Anything that comes to mind, whether it's true or not, she'll just say it because she's obsessed. See, this is that look she gets on her face when she really wants to convince you that she knows what's going on. Well, perhaps Meghan just doesn't want to visit the UK. Concerns about the couple's security are not as clear cut as they might at first seem, right? That's what she says. There is much discussion in royal circles about whether the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are going to return to the Platinum Jubilee celebration, and crucially, whether they will be booed by the public. That's what it comes down to, right? They're not even concerned about security as much as they are concerned about being seen as unfavorable in public. I believe that I can speak for the Sussexes when I say this, and that's probably not the safe thing to do, but I'm sure their security is paramount. And as for booing is concerned, we all know that the Sussexes have their core support, yes, even in the United Kingdom. So the idea that they are concerned about being booed, I find rather ridiculous, but that has never stopped that Easter Island long-headed Camilla Tominey from trying to convince people of something negative when it comes to do to the Sussex, or should I say the Sussexes. So here she is again. I, for one, would rather not see Harry and Meghan treated so sottily, not least if they are within earshot of Her Majesty the Queen, as she marks her this truly historic milestone. Okay, now let's unpack that one. I, for one, would rather not see Harry and Meghan treated sottily, not least if they are within earshot of Her Majesty the Queen. What about them? What about the Sussexes? Okay, you can say that about the Sussexes, but let me try to remember. Wasn't there an event not too long ago up in Scotland, where the sovereign, Her Majesty the Queen, was booed as she made her way out of the Scottish Parliament? She was in her state Bentley, and she was booed. So I wouldn't worry so much about if I was her, if I was Camilla Tominey, I wouldn't worry so much about the Sussexes being booed. You really ought to worry about Her Majesty the Queen being booed, because the last person between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Her Majesty the Queen, the last one that I've seen booed was actually Betty. Betty was booed, not Harry, not Meghan, Betty. And of course, I saved the receipt. I'm not going to share it right now, but I saved it. It was shared by RT News. And believe it or not, if I'm correct, I believe it was ITV that shared it. So, yeah, don't worry about Harry and Meghan. They can take care of themselves. You need to worry about Betty, because she was the one who was booed the last time I noticed. So, thank you, Easter Island head, long faced Camilla Tominey, but your concern is not welcome. And of course, is most likely not even true. The Sussexes will do just fine when they return to if and when, should I say, they return to Narnia. They are going to be just fine. That's just her way of, or should I say, that's Camilla Tominey's way of having something to talk about. Otherwise, the real, thing that she should discuss is the fact that she seems to have a bit of a friendship with someone who's in court in New York trying to defend himself, or should be in court in New York trying to defend himself. So anyway, that's what I'll say about that. Let's hear your thoughts about it. Okay, let me scroll down here. Okay, let's see this one. If I were Harry and Meghan, I wouldn't go, but the whole world would surely know why. Yes, Carolyn Tubbs. And I looked at the actually I listened to the podcast today from Celibacy, and they were noting the fact that when it comes to I guess you could say the idea of the Sussexes returning and the whole security thing. Actually, you know what? You guys should just if you don't listen to the Celibacy, gosh, I always feel weird when I say that podcast. You really should. You really should because I'm telling you, those ladies, I think they're actual journalists, and a lot of like things that I share in particular, I have to give them credit for jazz hands. That's where I got the term jazz hands from, was from those two. So they can get really messy, but they're really good at their job. So I'll try to leave a link to their podcast in the community tab. I haven't mentioned them in a while, but I will leave a link to their podcast in the community tab. But they are very, very good. Okay, let's see. Does anybody else listen to them? I love them. Even if they were there at the ceremony, she is trying to tell the public to boo them. Yes, Leslie Ann, that's exactly what's happening. I'm not sure if you would call that a double entendre, but it is a suggestion, I suppose, that Camilla Tominey is trying to say, please do go out. And I'm just saying, allegedly, she's saying this. Please do go out and boo them. It's almost as though there's more of a suggestion than there is a concern, because why would she be concerned about the Sussexes? Anybody who knows her knows she really doesn't care about or let me be as British as possible. She doesn't give a toss. I hope I used that right. Okay. For the first time. Oh, you have Julia Rock. Oh my goodness, where have you been? I love them. They're awesome. I love them. Okay. Oh, cool. Cool. Let's see. Concerned about the graffiti on the outside of the wall of the Queen's home. I saw that graffiti. And it's not just that either. There's something that the tabloid press ignores over and over again. They ignore things like the many bulletin boards, or is it? Yeah, is it not bulletin boards? I'm sorry, billboards that have gone up. I wonder if you guys call it the same thing over there. But there are many billboards over there, from the Republic movement, stating the fact that there should be no monarchy anymore. So what do you have to say about that? I mean, those billboards are all over, and they say various things about us, especially when they went up to that environmental thing up there in Scotland. Scotland, it was called the COP pack or COP, whatever it was. When they went up there, the Queen had already been booed in Scotland not long before that happened, so she didn't return. But the three hypocrites did return, or actually four hypocrites, and that would be Charles and his emotional support, Camilla, and of course, Willie Leakes, also known as Workshire Will, and Duchess Doolittle. All of them went up to Scotland and made a complete idiot of themselves because they went up there to talk about, the movement for the environment and such, but they are some of the biggest offenders. They're some of the biggest offenders. how can you go up and talk about the environment and your concerns for the environment when between the four of them, and that includes the Queen? Let's not forget that. I mean, they look at this. Look at this. Royal spent more than 13 million pounds of public money on private jets and helicopter journeys. You know, aviation fuel is filthy. Okay? Aviation fuel is filthy. And yet, those three right there and their collective spouses use a great deal of fossil fuels every year, running through the rose gardens or trying to show a good time to their emotional support partner. But yeah, they go through a lot of fuel every year. Now, of course, the tabloids have actively attacked the Sussexes for the very rare occasions that they have used a jet, a private jet at that. Usually, someone else's jet. It wasn't state funded, rides on jets and helicopters paid out of a sovereign grant or whatever the royal family is using. Oh no, it's not that. It's not a government sanctioned thing. These are owned by other people. And on so many occasions, the Sussexes are just hitching a ride on a jet that's going in that direction anyway. But as for the Cambridges or Charles and his emotional support, Camilla, and of course, very rarely these days, the Queen, they are using public money for private transportation. And it's only just what, a two, three, a handful of people burning up a lot of fossil fuel to go places where they could very well take the train just like the rest of the public. So, um, there's very few times that they actually really need to do that. I mean, because it's not like they really work in the first place. Where do they have to be? But according to the tabloid press, the Sussexes are the ones that are the big burners of fuel. So Camilla Tominey could very well write about something like this, but instead she decides to obsess about that. Or better yet, why don't she talk about the big scandal? Why don't she talk about the big scandal? I don't see the Sussexes going to the Jubilee as the most pressing issue at hand. The most pressing issue for the family is the one that none of them are talking about. And it's not the Jubilee. It's not the Sussexes showing up. It's not even Charles and his uh, cash for honors thing. It's this guy. It's this guy. This is where they should focus their concerns. This is where. And they also should worry about the squad because the Sussex squad has receipts and we're not going to let them forget about it. The tabloid press may try to look the other way, but as you know, because of how the squad works, the end of 2021 was particularly damaging for that imitation Mitchum Roll-On deodorant bottle because trending all over social media and even making its way into the mainstream media, the Sussex squad managed to make that happen. So, you know, never discount how important, never downplay how important the Sussex squad is to the powers that be because, we may not have the numbers that the haters have, but we definitely have more spirit. So, that they should worry about. Now, since we're talking about this guy, well, first, let me go to some of your comments. And by the way, I'm going to take full responsibility for this photo. Well, as soon as I saw the picture of Willie Leaks, I said to myself, what does he look like? What does he look like? And then all of a sudden, ta-da! Mitchum Roll-On deodorant. I really wanted the green bottle, the one in the glass bottle, but you can't really find a good photo of that. So I had to get creative. But yeah. So anyway, Let me go to some of your comments before I move any further. And wow, you guys have been commenting a lot. I'm okay. Let's go to you, Ty Fletcher. Well, Mary Hiker, is it that right? They oh okay, you're talking to another squatty, I think. To get away with taxpayer paying for their rich living, they continue to save their money and become richer as the people of the UK get poor. Well, on Celibacy today, they mentioned the fact that the Sussexes, by the way, more of you guys would have information about this if you all would just watch my food truck video. But since y'all refuse to watch my food truck video, I guess it's a moot point. But if you have watched my food truck video, if you have watched my food truck video, yes, the video that nobody watched, although it's getting better, it hasn't crossed the 6,000 mark yet. But if y'all had watched my food truck video, Celibacy did mention the fact that the Sussexes at least know to show up. I'm sorry, not show up, but at least know to gift food to people, among other things. The Sussexes do come bearing gifts, but the thing is, they don't put out a press release. They don't have a big promo. They don't say anything about most of the charitable things that they do. The way we find out about them is because the recipients are the ones that tell people. Like, the thing with the food truck, Church Nelly. I see you. The one about the food truck. Yes, I'm still talking about that food truck video that no one watched, that I painstakingly edited for hours, that nobody watched my food truck video. Yes, Myra, the food truck video. I'm still talking about that. And you know what? I think I've barely scratched the surface with my outrage and disappointment that nobody watched the food truck video. That being said, it is still available if you go and look for the food truck video. Anyway, so anyway, as I was saying before I got distracted by my food truck video, Southern Lady, did you watch it? Please tell me you watched the food truck video. I'm at that age now where I go on and on and on and on about anything or nothing in particular. Well, thank you, Patricia Smith. Yeah, for 24 hours, that video barely broke 4,000. I'm just like, what the what? Shut the front door. Why is it nobody's watching my food truck video? Well, finally, it's getting some traction because I think it may have just reached 6,000 or more. But okay. I mean, I'm feeling better, but I'm not over it yet. Thank you, Connie. Thank you. Because I put a lot of work in. I thought it was beautifully done. I thought it was so well edited. And I was just a little taken back when I went to bed and woke up and it hadn't even crossed 4,000 yet. I'm like, where is everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Hear me? Hear me? That's how I was. Did you watch the food truck video? Okay. Oh, Anastasia. Yeah, thanks for talking about that. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay, so as usual, I forgot what I was talking about. But let's get rid of him. This guy right here. But yeah, we were just talking about the popularity of the Sussexes in comparison to not that guy. I want to get rid of that. And I think we're through with her, right? We're through with her because it's always difficult to try to get her whole entire face and head into the frame. So I think we're done. There's a lot to cover there, but you see, that's why this photo is on an angle, because it's like when you're moving a large piece of furniture. It's like you're moving a large piece of furniture. You know how they try to put like a china cabinet in the elevator or something like that, or move a couch through a doorway? You have to turn it on an angle. That's why this photo, her head is on an angle. And you see, it still hasn't really cleared the top of the photo. But when you have a face that long and a mind that twisted, it's very difficult to get your entire head into the frame. So that's why there's this a very odd angle with this photo, just because I was trying to fit it into the frame, see? And in order to do that, I had to, you see what I did. Anyway, that's enough of all that who shot John. Moving right along. But okay. So I think I'm done with her. And I think I'm done with this subject. Let me see. Well, let's just read a little bit of this. Hope I can see it. I just made the font bigger. Okay, royal family spent more than 13 million pounds of public money on private charter jets and helicopter journeys just under a decade, leading calls to COP or COP, what is it, COP 26? To combat the climate crisis. It can be revealed the Queen, Prince Charles, and Prince William each issued stark messages to world leaders at Glasgow summit about the threat posed, of course, with all of this, fossil fuel and carbon footprints and stuff. So essentially, the big hypocrites that they are, and that includes Betty, the big hypocrites that they are. But at least she had enough sense to not go up to Scotland. So that's what the article in the Independent was about. Was just as I said. But oh wow, I'm looking at some of the comments. Simple solution: keep them grounded. Sometimes I get a bigger kick out of the comments with some of these stories, like this one. The royals' hypocrisy is almost as bad as their governments. Okay. They can fly as much as they want. Just do not preach after the rest of us to reduce our carbon footprints when there when there's one when their one is mammoth size. Okay. And then this is the last one I'll share with you. Um, it's the target readership. Stories about the royals provoke a reaction. More clicks mean more advertising. Well, this particular person that made the comment, I sure hope they feel the same way when it concerns the Sussexes. That's a very generous way to put it. But please don't forget that sentiment when you're speaking about the Sussexes. So anyway, that's it about that one. Okay, let's get rid of Willie, Chucky, and Betty. Toodles. And let's get to something a little shady, shall we? Let's get to something a little shady. Now, Twitter, you all think I'm kind of messy, right? Is there anybody who thinks that I can be a bit messy or shady? Anybody? Because I'm like, have I gone too far? And then sometimes people are like, I don't think you've gone far enough. Or as they say on the Beverly Hillbillies, I don't think you've gone fur enough. Well, sometimes on Twitter, sometimes on Twitter, somebody shares a collection of photos, and I, of course, oh, you do, Edna Richardson? Huntley 62 say I'm shady. Thank you. Thank you. Donna Black says yes. All right. Joseph Bernal says, boy, bye. Of course you are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Uh, right. All right. Well, Oswald Dunlap, thank you so much. Yeah, it helps to pass the time, don't it? Messier is better. Okay, okay. Shady, messy. Okay. Well, all right. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not responsible for this photo, but I am responsible for sharing it. Ooh. Like grandmother, like no, I'm sorry, like great grandmother, like great grandson. Lemonade, anyone? Yes, yes. But apparently, it's good for the roses. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But as I found I found it and I shared it, but it wasn't me. Yep, it wasn't me. Yep, 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 yep. Well, I mean, I know, Church Nelly. It's messy. But anyway, let me get this off of here. It will haunt your dreams, but it wasn't me. Okay, so someone mentioned, let me see if I can find it here. Um, I'm gonna keep that, right? That's just I'm gonna hang on to that one. Excuse me. My sinuses again, you have to excuse me. I'm getting the post nasal drip. Somebody oughta. Somebody oughta. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's do this. And believe me, some of the stuff that you guys mentioned, I will get to it, but let's do this one next. Shall we? Congratulations is at hand for Priyanka Chopra and what's that Jonas guy? Nick Jonas. Congratulations is at hand for them because they are proud new parents. They are proud new parents. And one reason why we love Priyanka, one reason why we love her so much is because she acted in a way that brought joy to my heart. She has. As you know, Priyanka was able to reach out in a way that a lot of people simply choose not to. So, thank you so much, Dara Edgehill. You have reached out in a way that a lot of people choose not to. So, I thank you for that. And as a way to say thank you, I want to share this with you. Yeah, watch and enjoy. Thank you, Priyanka. All right, you're welcome for that. That was I forgot I even made that video, but when I saw Priyanka today, I was just like, "Yes, yes." There's various reasons why I love her so much. First of all, she's BFFs with, of course, our fave, the Duchess of Sussex. So you gotta love her for that. They go back like let me see, how do they go back? They go back like what's that old saying? I'm stalling, I'm stalling. They go back like cornrows. They go back like cornrows. But not those cornrows, but other people's cornrows. But anyway, Priyanka Chopra and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, are good friends. They have so much in common. Like, for instance, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you why I adore one of these photos, but it just kind of captures the imagination. But anyway, Nick is a very, very, very lucky man. But yeah, let's not even think about the one on the left. Let's look at the photo on the right. She's a beauty pageant winner, but not only because of her beauty, but because of her brains. I think she was training to be an engineer. Did she go to university to become an engineer or something like that? She wasn't even thinking about competing in a pageant. That was like an afterthought. But suddenly she found herself at the center of the world stage. By what did she win? Miss World. And anyway, she has some very appealing attributes about herself. So let's talk about the other stuff. She has been involved with UNICEF for years. She is definitely not someone that just takes from society. She gives so much of herself in so many ways. So that's why I'm very happy that she and Nick are proud parents. Gosh, hope I got that right. It's Nick Jonas, right? But yeah, I'm very happy for the both of them, and I wish them you know, eternal happiness and peace and everything else. So congratulations to them. I love these photos are just so sweet. I actually, when I was doing some research, I found these photos and I'm just like, come on, Priyanka, come on. Very sweet. But of course, my favorite thing about her is well, I shouldn't say it's my favorite thing, but that didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. I mean, that ah, that was cool though. That was really cool. So thank you, Priyanka and Nick Jonas. Congratulations to the two of you, and thank you, Priyanka, for giving us untold moments of joy. And I heard that this wasn't the only snub where she adjusts her scarf, but I think she walked like right past him at some other point and just threw shade. So yeah, thank you, Priyanka. All right. So moving right along. Let's see. Well, let's see some of your comments. Let's see some of your comments before I go any further. Pretty sure her and Meghan will have play dates for the kids. Gosh, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Okay. Haters are going to do their job, which is hate. I mean, that is the only job they have, literally. It's true. It's true. I mean, some of those people that have been exposed by the Bot Sentinel report, those are bona fide haters. And of course, um, I mean, you need only take a look at the demographics that they come from. Middle aged women who obviously um, found that it was more profitable to hate the Sussexes than to actually, you know, do whatever they were doing for a living before that. They would just spend hours hating. So, pretty sad. Very, very sad. Um, I didn't know that. Thank you, Ethne. Thank you for saying that. I didn't know that. Uh, so did Lulu Barron, the lady in the red jacket? Uh, oh, I didn't know that either. Okay. By the way, as I mentioned yesterday, some of the people that I share birthdays with, Lulu, the singer Lulu, is one of them. Can you believe that? Lulu, who sang that beautiful song from To Serve with Love, we share birthdays. And the singer Adam Ant, that I remember from the 1980s. A lot of cool people born on November 3rd. I'm not saying I'm cool. I'm just saying a lot of cool people were born on November 3rd. Anastasia, you love the way she was pretending to fit her scarf. Yeah, I think someone on Twitter uses the name Priyanka's scarf, right? Isn't that somebody's Twitter handle? Love that she pretends. Okay, I'm sorry, I just read that, didn't I? Teeth run rotten and fall out. uh, oh, I love that other photo of them on the right side there. That's so sweet. Two beautiful brainy girls out, I guess going to Hamilton or whatever. Looks like she's holding the program for Hamilton. Out holding the program for Hamilton in Manhattan. I mean, such a girls' night out. So cool, this photo. I think it was her father who entered her name. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I heard that. Maybe. I just know she wasn't really interested herself, but somebody was like, "You got to do it. Got to do it." Thank you for sharing that information. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's get into that one then, shall we? Let's get into that one. Very sad news, isn't it? Very, very sad news. And I um you know, much like with um Harry, that I've known since he was born through, Diana and the royal family and everything. Regina King, we used to watch her on 227, right? And so when it's someone so young, automatically you just feel protective of them. You feel this need to be very protective. And so Regina King, because of seeing her on television like that, she just seemed like family. She just seems like family. And so you watch this sweet young girl grow up and, win all kind of awards, including an Oscar, and become a proud mother. And this is just so sad that this happened. Regina King's son, Ian Alexander Jr., dies at 26. Our family is devastated at the deepest level by the loss of Ian. A family statement shared Saturday by a King spokesman said, "He is such a bright light who cared so deeply about the happiness of others. Our family asks for respectful consideration during this private time." So yeah, when I saw that, I was just like, "Oh, I tell you, I really, really feel for her, and I feel very sad for the family." But yeah, that did happen, and apparently he had tweeted some things, and that this happened at his own hand is what they're saying. So um, that really adds so much more pressure for a family when something like this happens, because it leaves so many open-ended questions and such. So yeah, we just have to send out our prayers and support for Regina King. I mean, we already support her just because, but now in particular, she needs everyone's support. So um, yeah, very, very 2022, I tell you. I keep saying 2022 is going to be an awesome year, but then stuff like this has already happened. So I'm just like, I don't know what to think. I'm so like, and I still feel good about the new year. And I hope you all feel the same way that it is the new year. But when you see something like this, it's just like, okay. And then, of course, meatloaf. and Bob Saget and Andre Leon Talley. I mean, it's just like, come on, 2022. What are you trying to do to us? Sidney Poitier. So, and of course, the year ended with losing Betty White. So I was just like, I'm not sure, um, how this is trending so far. I mean, at least I don't understand it. But yeah, and if anybody is struggling with anything like what cost the life of this young man, do seek some counseling. Do seek some counseling. If this if the things that are going on with the Sussexes is overwhelming to you, it's okay to take a step away from it. Take a day or two, whatever you need to do. People ask me from time to time about Terrell. What has happened to Terrellism? I've seen Terrell on Twitter posting about other interests and not the Sussexes. But as we know, Terrell lost his mother tragically, and then he lost his grandmother. So he's had those two things happen to him, and so he needed to, focus more on things that brought him a lot of joy. And so on his Twitter, I can see certain things that he posts about, but that that he's okay, that he's functioning, and that he's carrying on with his life. That's the only thing I could say. I don't know Terrell personally, although the oddest thing is I actually passed him one day in the airport. If you could believe that, I actually passed Terrell one day in the airport, so I don't know him personally. And that had to be about 2 years ago I saw him, but I certainly did recognize him. So, yeah, Lil Rock, I'm sorry. Louis Anderson. Thank you for reminding me. Louis Anderson also passed away. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Lydia, but like I said, that we know he's okay is all we can ask for right now. I don't even think he's been on YouTube. I've looked at his YouTube account. I haven't seen where he's uploaded anything. So right now, his interest is in some other things. And this guy, I think you could safely say Terrell lives a pretty fulfilled life, and that he has other interests. So, with that being said, I think he's okay. But like I said, sometimes, because you guys know how down I was the other day, this whole thing with the Sussexes and security just completely threw me. I mean, it's just like, as hardened as I have become to the tabloid press, that leak and the implications of that leak was just devastating to me. It's I hadn't felt this type of anxiety since we were waiting for Lily Diana to be born. I equate this with that type of anxiety, because up until that point, I think we were all on eggshells, wondering, if the baby's going to be okay. Are they going to have any issues or anything like that? And then we find out that Lily Diana was delivered safely. The Sussexes were already back home. And of course, you have mother, father, grandmother there to, I guess, envelop this child in love and safety. And of course, little Archie. So, my shoulders were able to go down. But this whole thing with the security, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm bothered by that. And I'm still bothered by it. So, um, let's just see how it goes. I saw that too, Black Queen, that he was in a bit of an accident. I did see that too. Okay, so let me take this photo away. And I got a bunch of stuff that I wanted to cover today, and I hope I don't gloss over anything. Let's see. Okay, well, you know what? Let me do this in order. Sheila Clemens McKay, thank you so much for that. Just saw that out the corner of my eye. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. I was trying to see how long I could hold that note. But thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, let's see. Maybe I should do this in order. That way I won't miss anything. Well, okay, maybe I'll do this one first. Okay, so there's Betty White's last photo. This was actually a screenshot of a video of Betty White. Betty White was sending out a thank you for love and support for her birthday. And I believe she closed with stick around, as though, she was saying, I'm coming back, or I'll see. No, I think she said, see you later. But anyway, still full of life up until the last moment. Well, from what we've read or what we've heard, Betty White suffered a stroke maybe 5 or 6 days before she passed. But other than that, you guys, almost 100 years within 17 days, or maybe considering maybe within a month of the end of her life, she has had extraordinary health. She has had extraordinary health and a positive outlook. So the other photo that you see there on the left, I don't know who made that photo. There is some print there in the corner and I can't read it, but I love that. I love that. I mean, it's like Betty White, Saint Betty, and of course, like any of the old Baroque or medieval saints or whatever, you could see there, she is featured with one of her four-legged friends, one of her companions, and this is the way she lived her life. She lived her life with that Betty White glow. So love this, love that, love both images, and I'm glad that the caretaker who took this photo decided to share it with the public. Um, Again, this photo is a screenshot of a video that she made to celebrate her 100th birthday by thanking any and everybody, for the continuous support. So that is where this photo comes from. Um, let's see here. Yeah, People Magazine. I don't know if you guys were able to see this, but across the country, in various places, there were people celebrating Betty White's birthday by singing the theme song to the Golden Girls. They did that at the Oak Park Theater at the Lake Theater in Oak Park, where Betty White was born so many years ago. They actually sang the song out there at the theater. So this was, of course, the People magazine that people said jinxed her, but that's absolutely ridiculous. Betty White had an extraordinary life, and I think she would scoff at the idea that in any kind of way that a magazine cover was responsible. So um, yeah. Anyway, love you, Betty White. And Louis Anderson. I even loved Meatloaf. I liked Meatloaf. I really did. And Sidney Poitier, To Sir with Love, like one of my favorite movies. I tell you. But you know what? I'm gonna say this as I said like a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. There are more famous people on the planet today than there has ever been in the history of this world. Are you all listening to me? There are more famous people on the planet today than there has ever been in the history of the world. So we're going to lose people. There are people that are aging that we're losing. And so we'll revisit this with a handful of people I can think of off the top of my head. And let's just remember them and not, pity or feel sorry for them, because if they made it that far, then obviously they've had an extraordinary life. So um, keep that in mind. Don't have the heavy heart. Just try to remember that people like Betty White and Sidney Poitier, they had some extraordinary lives. And even Louis Anderson, I'm sure his life exceeded all of his expectations, but that we're speaking his name means that he probably did okay. So I hope those little pearls of wisdom help. God knows I needed to get through the day, but that's just my opinion about things. And as the let me throw a little shade in there. Let me throw just a little shade in there. As they say in Buckingham Palace, you ready for this? Recollections may vary. Sign QE2. Recollections may vary. There, that's a little shade. So, and with that, let's all have a sip of tea, shall we? But recollections may vary. Oh, bad. Anyway, just make me sick. Do you hear me? Sick. Okay, so all right, there was something else. I don't know who put this on Twitter. I told you I had a whole bunch of stuff for today. I don't know who put this on Twitter or who's responsible, but please don't look at me. Check out the caption below. Oh, check out the caption below. Again, it wasn't me. Now, I think that this was from, I don't think this was recent, was it? Because if it was, I would have heard about it. But I think this was from a while ago. I'm not laughing at the affliction. I'm just laughing at the caption. I'm not laughing at Piers Morgan. I'm laughing about him. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing about him. But sometimes people say what everybody else is thinking. I'm not saying that was my thoughts. No, no, I'm not saying that was my thoughts, but I'm just saying that somebody said that, and somebody decided to share it on the Twitter, which is why I just love somebody. Okay, whoever somebody is, love you. Gonna build a shrine to you later. So let me look at some of your comments here. Gonna scroll back a bit. I believe that the royal family is mentally trying to destroy Harry and Meghan with those pressure breakups. With pressure break up their marriage. Yeah, they've been trying to do that. Remember, they kept saying Harry could come back. Harry's always welcome back, but they didn't say nothing about Meghan or Archie. Remember that? Okay. Okay, who had a loss? Was someone directly affected by a loss? If so, I'm sorry I missed that. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, when I'm doing my photos and talking, I miss a lot of the comments. This is when it would be lovely to have a producer. Okay. Well, I'm going through these very fast because I'm so far behind with the comments. Copying outfits. You know, Geraldine, we're going to get to that too, actually. Matter of fact, why don't we just do that now? I'm going to scroll all the way to the last comment because they are coming fast. Let me see. Okay. Connie, you say? Yeah, I don't think that it should be lost on anyone that as much as the tabloids say terrible things about the Sussexes, you never hear them say anything about their relationship being in jeopardy. They say a lot of things about the Sussexes, but they never say, at least I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm just, turning a blind eye to it, but I never hear them say anything or question anything about the Sussexes relationship. So if I'm wrong about that, okay, but I've never, I mean, I've seen some of the more ridiculous I guess videos, thumbnails on YouTube where people, declare something this has happened, and it's just a big lie. Fortunately, most of those things don't pop up on my YouTube, but you that's why I say you have to click not interested if you don't want to see that stuff. Okay. Donna Black, you say, why would they think Prince Harry would leave his family to be the third wheel again is crazy. Right, because Harry definitely wasn't there for the money. He wasn't there for the glamour. Harry was there out of a sense of obligation to his grandmother. And that's it. I don't think he had much obligation to his family or anybody else. It was all about Betty. And so the idea that he was there for the riches, if we can recall the what do you call it? Harry went to that wedding with holes in his shoes. So if we can recall that, then of course people can I get the idea that Harry wasn't very much into financial gains of any kind. So yeah, that's that kind of thing that he would just go back to be the third wheel. That's all he would get out of it. Of course, there's the military part of it. Prince Harry loved everything to do with the military. So I think that would be a bigger draw than anything else. Okay. It takes the pressure to make diamonds. The more pressure, the more the Sussexes are sparkling like diamonds. Love is working for them. Look at the other couple. Clearly, no love. Oh, now, Joyce Bolt, are you being unfair? Are you being unfair to them? I mean, look at this. Don't you know love when you. Okay, I see what you mean. Never mind. Never mind. I get what you're saying. Okay, so moving on. I tried to help him out. But I get what you're saying. Hello, Ivy here. Welcome, Ivy. Hello, Ivy here. Okay, besides his mom's family is still living in the country and would like to visit them occasionally. Yeah, Little Rock, that's true. I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, he did have some closeness to his aunts, and of course, let's not forget the governess, or not governess, the nanny. What's her name? Twiggy or something like that. You remember when he went to Wales, he actually took Meghan to meet his old nanny. That sounds weird saying old nanny. It sounds like the other word with the M. His old nanny, former nanny, or whatever. Um, you know, when you say the M, it sounds like that other word that rhymes with nanny. So yeah, that's awkward. I shouldn't use that one. So just the nanny, his former nanny. Um. Uh. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna get rid of that and bring this up. So I've seen you guys talking about Copycat, right? Well, here's a little ensemble to share with you. Now, I'm not responsible for this. I found it on Twitter. I don't like to take credit for other people's work, but someone put this together, and thank you, whoever you are. There it is, 2018, 2022. Kate is dressing scientifically. Remember, they said that the Duchess of Cambridge is starting to dress scientifically. There she is, again, 2022, channeling 2019 Meghan. There she is, 2022, channeling 2018 Meghan with the buttons on the front of her trousers. Okay? The other one with the black tuxedo jacket, right? You remember when Meghan went out for, I forgot what the occasion was, but, and then it wasn't long until, Duchess Jazz Hands did the same thing. And then, of course, it was the trip to Ireland. See how Meghan has taken the arm of, I guess, is it the president of Ireland or the prime minister's wife? The president wife or prime minister's wife, whichever she is. See how Meghan very sweetly took her arm and walked with her. Now, the only other place I've seen something like that is with the first lady and the former first, well, actually, the new first lady and the former first lady. That was a tradition with the first ladies of the United States until, you know, that I don't even want to say her name. She and Michelle Obama did not hold hands, but that is like kind of a sisterhood tradition thing here in the United States for some people. And so there is Jazz Hands copycating again, copycating again. And you can see the whole thing with the interaction with the dog. Now you have, okay, I won't say never, but I don't recall seeing Jazz Hands doing something like that. But it's almost and like somebody put the record on replay, like someone hit rewind. Only they removed a brilliant Duchess of Sussex and replaced her with a nincompoop. And of course, the other person there, I don't even know her name, but out of respect, the Duchess of Sussex decided to attempt eye level with her, not to stand above her and everything like that, just as a show of respect. And what do you have? It took 2 years for Jazz Hands to repeat the Duchess of Sussex again. I mean, it's just so obvious. It's just so obvious. And she's not even ashamed. She's not even ashamed to do it. So, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Thank you for that. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, well, of course, Jazz Hands do have a bit of a tick where she kind of mumbles things out toward the end of a phrase or sentence or whatever. Yeah, so that happens a lot. Um, it's so obvious. I don't, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but this is just absolutely irritating. I think it is absolutely irritating and somewhat ghastly to look at. Let's see. Duchess Doolittle doesn't know what shame it is. Yeah, she has no sense of shame. Copy Kate. Copies again. It, uh, I don't have words. I don't have words, but it is what it is, right? I do not have the words, but Copycat strikes again. It's kind of like William, you know, well, this one here. Now, this is what they want you to see, but this is what we see. This is what William hopes you sees, but this is what's really going on. You're welcome for that, by the way. Um, um, I couldn't resist. I could not resist. Okay. All righty. So, as promised, I was going to get to something else that someone brought up. It's called The Frown. Not the crown, but The Frown, featuring Medea. Hello. Featuring Medea. Hello. It's The Frown. I saw this and I thought I was going to fall on the floor. I thought that was so funny. Now, right now, the tabloid press is already coming up with a campaign of hate and hostility against Tyler Perry. I'm surprised they haven't really gone after him so far. But after this, oh, the knives are going to come out now. The knives are coming out because they dare make sport of Betty's role as the sovereign. So let's see. I love Harry and Meghan. I pray God will continue to protect and bless them and their babies in Jesus' name. Amen. Flourish 5 blessings. Thank you for that. As I said, they do need our prayers. They do need our prayers. Oh, Lydia, I don't even watch Netflix. I pay for it every month. I don't even watch it. But the reason why I'm not going to let it go is because of the Sussexes. I mean, literally, I pay for Netflix and I do occasionally watch it. But as long as the Sussexes are there, I am going to hang on to my um, Netflix account for dear life. For sure. For sure. Hello. Hello. I am going to hang on to my Netflix accounts per Harry and Meghan. Okay, let me see. But do they have a video, like a trailer? Do they have a trailer for The Frown yet? Because I haven't seen it if they do. I have not seen a trailer for The Frown, and I would love to see that. But I have yet to see a trailer for The Frown. But that is going to be too funny. Less in the same way Auntie Annie did with Andy. Okay. Let me check really fast and see if I see anything for The Frown. And if not, then we're going to get to Afro Annie because someone was nice enough to share something Afro Annie with me. And I don't even know what it means or where it comes from, but I will share it with you. First, let me check out The Frown. Yeah, I don't suppose that there's any trailers for it. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let me try Tyler Perry, The Frown. But I know it's to promote some project that he has on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, oh, okay. Let's see. No, there's not a trailer for it. There's not a trailer for it.
I don't think.
Okay. I checked, but I don't think so. Huh. Okay. Okay. So if you guys can find something, please let me know because I don't see anything for The Frown. What do you guys say in the comments about that? They can that with Medea if they want to, because Medea is always packing. Of course she's always packing. That's Medea. She ain't scared of no popo. She ain't scared of the popo. Okay, thank you, Luana. Yeah, I just checked. I didn't see one either. But that would be really cool. I say so too. It's gonna be good. Yeah. You know, Tyler Perry, if anybody doesn't know Tyler Perry's story, I don't know his exact biography, but I do know Tyler Perry at one time was living in his car. He was actually born in New Orleans, right? He's not exactly from Atlanta. He was born in New Orleans. And at one time he was living in his car and he had some ideas about, doing some live plays. So Tyler Perry put on some stage plays. Now, I'm going to show my age with some of you African Americans here. Yes, we African Americans have had similar experiences growing up in the United States. You may remember some of those plays like Mama Don't, Your Arms Are Too Short to Box with God, Mama I Want to Sing. Those were those plays that you may have seen at some of your local theaters in your various cities, where they would have like this very religious, Baptist, evangelical based performance of family drama on the stage, usually accompanied with gospel music. Amen. And so Tyler Perry decided to tweak that a little bit. And yes, he had some of those same elements of things like Mama, I Want to Sing, or, Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. What was his name? Shelley Garrett? Those Shelley Garrett plays. You guys remember that? Shelley Garrett's? So anyway, Tyler Perry kind of tweaked that into his own version of it, where you get a little bit of Mama's Family sitcom. Remember that? You get a little bit of I don't know, various different sitcoms and things were definitely the influence for the Tyler Perry plays. And so Tyler Perry began to sell DVDs, and people began to bootleg those DVDs. And the bootleg DVDs were outselling the other things. But the good thing for Tyler Perry is it made people want to see the show. And so he created that character, Medea. As he said, there was someone who was supposed to play Medea that didn't show up. So he decided to go into costume himself. And from that, he managed to parlay that into a fortune. Now, years ago, I had a guesstimate that he had to be worth about $200 million. Well, I must have been on the right track, because today he's a billionaire and he owns his own production studio outside of Atlanta. So yeah, he's doing very well for himself. So yeah, they can mess with Tyler Perry if they want to, but Tyler Perry is very much his own person, and he is not afraid of anyone. So good luck with that. Yes, Donna Black, you better preach. I know that Tyler Perry rescued a British prince and his wife and son, provided them with a place to reside and security when the prince's dad turned his back on them. Yes, you better preach. Okay. Could care less about these clowns coming after him. I have listened to his bio several times, and he don't skip a bit about that. So he's dedicated to his own future endeavors, and we see the profits. Well, Lil Rock, if there was any part of that bio that I just did, please let me know. But that was right off the top of my head. And just think of all of the aging actors, including, believe it or not, Rue McClanahan. Tyler Perry even put Rue McClanahan in one of his TV shows or something like that. He's put a lot of people to work. He's cultivated many, many people. Now, in some ways, I feel like I kind of identify with Tyler Perry. And that is because, as you know, Tyler Perry's movies, they have a very serious side to it. And then there's a bit of the messy. And I kind of think I do that a lot with my various videos and live chats. There's the very serious elements. And then, just like a Tyler Perry movie, next thing you know, I was going to say you have some man running in a dress, but I haven't gone that far yet. But I'm not saying that I won't. That's the important part. I'm not saying that I won't. So yeah, I think if you can identify with the Tyler Perry style of motion picture making, then that's probably why you have subscribed to Royal Sussex. It's like the bitter with the sweet, the good and the bad, the happy and sad, and so on. But but I think that's a fair comparison, right? What do you think? Do you think that my style of podcast is more like a Tyler Perry movie, where you got like these ebb and flows of different types of moods? I think so. But okay, yes, I'm comparing myself to a billionaire. Yes, but believe me, I do not have Tyler Perry's resources. Anyway, moving right along. Um, Andre Leon Talley. Andre Leon Talley. Um, I wanted to share some images of him last time, and it just wasn't possible to get all of them up there. But now I have. Andre Leon Talley. I tell right after he passed away, I did a repeat. I want to say it was during the middle of the pandemic. I started watching all kind of Andre Leon Talley interviews, documentaries, read all these different stories and articles. I was fascinated with this whole thing about the him being evicted from his home. Well, he wasn't actually evicted. There was a disagreement with himself and the person who actually paid for the house, and so he was very close to someone. And what I love about Andre Leon Talley is that he always uplifted women, and in particular, African American women, the most vulnerable in society in the Western world, African American women. He always uplifted African American women. Um, and one of his favorite people, of course, was like the last person who really helped him tell his story, Tamron Hall. Um, I love Tamron Hall. She's just, I don't know, she has all the qualities. But Tamron Hall, right here in this photo, I have to tell you something about this photo. This photo, she looks like the most empowered person that you could have ever seen walk across the plaza of 30 Rock. Well, this was actually the day I believe she found out that she lost her job. I believe that was the day that happened. And she could not look more vibrant, beautiful, and empowered if she tried. So this is like my favorite photo of Tamron Hall. And Andre Leon Talley and Tamron Hall were very good friends, and she gave him a lot of necessary airtime toward the last days of his life to tell his story. Now he wasn't on her show recently, but she had a whole like an entire hour of Andre Leon Talley. So thank you, Tamron Hall, for that. And, thank you, Andre, for uplifting someone like Tamron Hall. So cheers to both of them. But yeah, great guy, amazing stories. Immerse yourself if you can. Immerse yourself into some of his videos, and you will just be so impressed with him. You will really be impressed. You will understand, even though he wasn't a designer, that he was so important to the community of the fashion community. You can understand why he was so important. Able to speak French fluently, studied French literature, Russian literature, among so many other things, and a photographic memory of the Bible. Not that Bible, but the other one. Not to compare to it, of course, but that's what they call the Vogue magazine. They nickname it the Bible, which, of course, in Latin, bibli means book. So that's what they call the um, the Vogue magazine. And as a kid, he just eat, sleep, drink, whatever Vogue magazine. And all those years later, he actually was an editor there. So, artistic director, editor at large. Incredible story. Okay, let's get to your comments. Yeah, I remember that, Donna Black. Yep. Yep, they terminated her so that they could put that other person on there. That other disgusting person. Since her Chicago news days. Oh yeah, I almost forgot she was from Chicago. Yeah, she went to Obama's church, right? She went to the same church that the Obamas went to. Yeah, and that's true. She is one of the most beautiful women, inside and out. Yeah, his grandmother was his hero. His grandmother was the first person to notice that he had these talents and abilities, and she actually gave him a room. She gave him his own room in her house just as a creative space. She gave him his own room where he could just go and create. I mean, that was incredible insight for a woman who cleaned up Duke University. His grandmother literally was on the cleaning staff at Duke University, but yet she had enough sense to know that that this guy was destined for greatness. So that just goes to show, even if a person doesn't have the best education in the world, it doesn't mean that they're not intelligent enough to know when to help someone else live their dreams. And that's what his grandmother did. His grandmother, and he paid her back by buying a house for her. If you guys remember that, Andre Leon Talley was able to buy a house for his grandmother. Beautiful story. Oh yes, Lil Rock. She is a Texan, isn't she? But she worked in Chicago. She was on Tiffany Cross show and talked about Andre. Brown, that's in upstate New York, right? Brown University. Okay. Oh, nice. Thank you for that, Diane Hawkins. Yeah, I love Tamron Hall. I really do. I just think she's incredible. But yeah, that very, very, very bright, very talented, and has a great heart. I mean, she's a light. She definitely has that light in her. So, okay. Let's see. Got that. Got that. I think I have covered most everything. Let me see if there was anything else. But these hour and a half has gone by very fast. Okay, so let me take this down. And I just need to check something else. And thank you all for joining us, all 767 of you all on a Saturday night. You guys get out about as much as I do, which is not much at all. But let's see. I'm checking. Let me see. He got his master's from Brown in Providence, Rhode Island, my alma mater. Oh, nice, Joseph Bernal. Thanks for sharing that. And lived in France. He actually lived in France for a while. Okay. All right. Gwendolyn Daniels say Tamron is wearing that outfit, isn't she though? Yeah, I think that, even though NBC really socked it to her, she walked out of there a very empowered woman. And I was so glad for her that as a woman of color, she was able to hold her head up with dignity and went strutting out that door looking like $1,000,000. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Lydia's asking me about, let's see, Baron, how are our merchandise sales going? The last time I looked, it was yesterday, and I think there was maybe 4 items sold. So I haven't checked it for today, but I can see where people actually looked at the items maybe 100 times or less yesterday. So yeah, in the analytics, it's like you have to do some digging to get to the numbers. But yeah, so not so strong just yet. But today was the first day where the merchandise is actually featured on the YouTube channel. So before you would have to find the link. So I'm thinking that things should really start happening as of today. Because yeah, I was so surprised when I went on there And I saw that. I'm like, oh, okay. That's what's up. Because I was able to see that they actually had the merchandise on the I guess YouTube page, channel, or whatever. So that was a cool surprise. I was trying to figure out, how do I integrate that into the YouTube, and it just kind of did it by itself. I must have clicked on something, and I don't know what that was, but whatever it was, it just happened, and that's totally cool. Saved me a whole lot of trouble. Okay. What is that about? The Queen of Kwanzaa, Afro Annie. I saw her there too. The Queen of Kwanzaa. You have a good memory. Okay, let me see. I'm almost done doing what I'm doing here behind the scenes. Like, for instance, as I like to say, sometimes people get a little shady on the Twitter sphere. And as they get shady, they start sharing stuff. Like this one, right? I'll just let you go ahead and take a good glance at that while I find the other one I have. Not that I keep these things, in case I need them, but I keep these things in case I feel like being shady. So I don't need to have them, but I just need them for the shadiness of it. Yeah, just to be messy. Some magazines will talk about things that the tabloids over in Narnia refuse to address. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's that one. Oh yeah, there's the other one. Well, let's do this one first. Okay, this is one that I couldn't fit onto the other slide I had. Check it out. Check it out. Copycat strikes again. Check it out. No surprise there, right? Copycat. Oh, does she have no dignity whatsoever? That's Copycat again. And so, then there's this. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, named most influential royal, beating the Queen. The Duchess of Sussex topped ranking with a whopping 7.4 million searches on search platform Google in just 1 month. Now, this is from December 2nd, 2021. But for some reason, it's trending again. And then I thought about it. Okay, most influential. So now I understand why they had that story that the Queen is the most popular woman in the world. Remember, they just said that? I think that was one of those YouGov polls. Well, that's why they had that poll. That's why they probably rigged those numbers, is because they were still kind of salty about this article saying that the Duchess of Sussex, or this report saying that the Duchess of Sussex is the most influential royal, beating the Queen. So, yeah. So they had to try to find some kind of way to take the Duchess of Sussex down a peg or two with that poll, which I don't buy that at all. I just think there's a big hole in that poll. That's all I'm saying. So, can you believe somebody tried to call me? Okay, so let me get rid of this. So anyway, that is something I found, and that was something. Let me see, what day is that one? Okay, one of these. Oh, this is the newer one. This is the newer one. Yeah, that's the other one I was looking for. This is the newer one. Prince William's affair scandal explodes. It's an open secret in London. Royal family sues to stop the story. Did Kate turn a blind eye? The palace source's shocking tell all. Huh. Huh. Now I didn't see this one, but I believe this one is I can't make out the print there, but this is January. Can you believe that? This one is from January. This is what happens when the Sussex squad gets irritated. Huh? This is what happens when the Sussex squad gets irritated with people. And because they, yeah, come on. This is how the year ended for Willie, and it looks like this is how the year is beginning. I'm not sure what language that was, beginning, but this is how the year is beginning. Um Anyway, just I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you. So I knew I found this one, but I wanted to make sure that I found this one too. So yeah, that's all the messy I have for them. Well, not really, because I'm not done with the podcast yet. But I just wanted to share those. Again, that one and this one. Okay, I'm done. Who keeps trying to call me? The calls are coming from inside my computer. Okay, so let me get rid of those two. I'm tired of looking at them. Be gone and be gone. So, as usual, let's show our love and respect for our two queens, for Doria, the queen of everything, and for Diana, the queen of our hearts. Again, a shout out of love for Doria, the queen of everything, proud grandmother of two, and proud mother of two. Yes, two. Princess Diana, the queen of everything. Without them, the Sussexes wouldn't be possible today. So we thank them for making the miracle of Montecito possible. Okay, and with that, any more comments? Because we are going to close it out here soon. Did you guys watch Special K last night? Was it last night Special K was on? We need more Special K in our diet. Yes, amen. Diana and Doria. Best in. Is this Camilla? Are we talking about Camilla Best in Show? Whenever I think Best in Show, I always think of Prince Charles's emotional support, Camilla. Best in Show, Camilla. So that is not William. You guys know that, right? That's not William. That's what I thought at first. I thought that was William, but it's not William. That's the Duke of Kent. I believe that's the Queen's cousin. That's all I have to say. I was just being shady. Okay. I didn't even have a point to make. I was just being shady. But that's not William. You like that, Lori? You like that? I was just being shady. Yeah, I do believe that there's a certain element that I don't think that the dressing part can be attributed to that, but I definitely do think that she had an eye for Harry, and not in a sinister way. I'm not gonna put that on her, but I just think that Kate had like that brooding, incandescent with rage husband. And then there was the Duke of Sussex, someone who, I mean, look at that. That's the Duke of Sussex. You can only imagine that he's got to be the best dad in the world. This is someone with a nurturing spirit. Amen. And so, for that reason, I could imagine that Duchess Doolittle may have had some ideas in her head that, if only things were different, she may actually know happiness. But thank goodness it's not different. And thank goodness they didn't manage to get her sister into that family, because that would have been a disaster. But yeah, Harry is just everything. And I'm so glad that the Duchess of Sussex and Prince Harry have each other. Um let's see. Okay. Let me see. Connie says, I believe so too. We should not mention Lazy and Baldy's names. They are so insignificant. Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. If you say their names 3 times, then they will appear. They will appear if you say their names too often. Okay. Let's see here. And let me see. She does not have her own style. Yeah, Kate definitely doesn't have her own style, so she has to borrow. It's like borrowing a ladder. And Mary Hiker says, I think Harry was nice to her. Yeah, Harry was his gentle, loving self. Harry was very much his gentle, loving self. Harry doesn't need to do anything but show up, because it's not so much um, that anybody has given him any type of training in being affectionate, kind, and gentle with people. I mean, that's just what's in his heart. I mean, that's the part of him that he inherited from his mother. But that other one, he's too much like the rest of the Windsor clans, like the cousins, Marion cousins type. That's why he turned out the way he has. So let's see. Oh, this is really sweet. I just found this other really cool picture of Harry. I got to share it with you guys. I got to share it with you. Look at that. Look at Harry. I mean, he's just a natural. He's just a natural. Just, I tell you, the more I know about Harry, the more proud I am of him and the more I love him. I think he's just absolutely incredible. He had Could you imagine? Could you imagine? It would take a lot of imagination, but could you just imagine William being so, I guess, connected with someone? Could you imagine that? Because I couldn't. I could not imagine that. And maybe it's not fair to compare the two. But people like to dismiss things as, well, William has certain things planned for him, and his job and all that kind of stuff, and he's the future king. Yeah, whatever. Now, don't get you know don't get too verklempt. But this is like, when it comes to Harry and children, this is like my other favorite photo. This one. Nurturing, loving Harry. Sometimes that's what people need, is just that common touch. That's what's needed, is that common touch. I mean, just incredible. This is what I love about Harry. So natural, effortless, um, you name it. That's Harry. Okay. So let me get back to your comments. uh, you guys are being messy, messy, messy. Um, I just saw somebody say something about sleeping rough with a black man. You guys are being messy on a Saturday night. Super messy. Yes, the calls are coming from inside the house, Annie. No, I'm sorry, Marjorie Henry. But what is that, Bahari? The calls are coming from inside the house. They absolutely are. I'm trying to be I'm trying to keep it kind of like neutral, and you guys are just over there being completely messy. Okay. So, that being said, let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. Huh. Where is it? Where is it? I have like the messiest photo of William I wanted to share. If I can find it. Nope, messier than that. Okay. Let me see. Very messy. C says that's why people are jealous of the Duchess Meghan, cute Archie, and baby Elizabeth, caring husband and father. Yes, absolutely. That's why they're so jealous. Where is Afro Annie today? Good question. Good question. Okay. Absolutely spot on. Every photo of William is messy. William connected like Harry. Please. Yeah, you're right, Trish. That would be the day. That's not likely to ever happen. But I know, but I'm just, I'm just saying it's one of those things you could not possibly imagine is William having that type of connection with someone. It doesn't exist in his universe. But he does sleep well with a black man. I'm sorry, he sleeps rough with a black man. That one he's good at. Sleeping rough with a black man. And when he does so, he makes sure everybody knows about it. Okay. Yeah, it took me a minute to find that one. PDA while overhyping the phony P. Yes, Joseph, you're absolutely right. They do make a big deal out of the non-existent PDA between the Cambridges. The Cambridges, they it's like ice water runs through their veins. There is no PDA with them, but they do try to overhype it. That's true. They want you to see things that just really do not exist. Not in this universe, not for them. Okay, so you guys asked about Afro Annie, and I'm going to show you what someone posted today. It's an Afro Annie photo. I'm going to grab that for you. Okay. Looks like he's forcing that smile. Iris, yeah, you're right. It is a forced smile because it's like he's a bit of a sociopath and he doesn't seem to have much, like he has to fake his emotions. I'm not saying he is a sociopath. I said he's just like one. Okay, so there's a certain hybrid photo that someone shared with me today. Okay. Do you see what I see? You guys know that this may or may not be Afro Annie. This may or may not be Afro Annie. I'll let you decide. I'm going to say, Beverly Jackson, what do you think? Is that Annie or is it not? Now, there's a certain masculine energy going on, but then again, you could say the same thing for Annie. There's a certain you messing with the wrong one, but then again, you could say the same thing about Annie. Now, someone thought that I should see this, so they shared it with me in the DM on Twitter. And I stopped in my tracks. I had to take a second look because I just wasn't sure. To be or to not be Annie? That is the question. Is it or ain't it Afro Annie? Okay, Ellen Braden, you say it's Christopher Walken. I say I don't know. I can't say for sure. So you say Christopher Walken, I say Afro Annie. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like too many choices. But there was a caption that went along with that photo, and I'm going to see if I can find it for you. Yes, it came with a caption. I'm not sure I completely understood the caption, but I will share it with you in due time. Okay. So let me do this. Okay, the caption reads as follows. Nice to see Princess Anne out and about in Abertifi this morning. Spotted her outside CRWST queuing for a donut. That's what the caption says. I swear that's what the caption says. Matter of fact, I'm going to share it with you because I think I'm not pronouncing it the right way, but I'm going to share the caption. Okay, give me 1 second here. Check out the comments. And that's the way the caption was written. You tell me what it means because I'm not sure. See that? Check out the Royal Sussex comment there. Nice to see Princess Anne out and about. I don't know what that place is. What is Abertifi? And the CRWST, is that a typo? But that's the way it was written. So oh boy. Like I said, I'm not going to take credit for stuff that I haven't done myself. I don't know who created this, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. And if the person that shared that with me is watching right now, cheers. Thank you. That was a lovely gesture. This made my day. And as you can see, here in the Sussex squad, people couldn't be more pleased by your generosity. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I just don't know what to make of this. So someone decides that they are going to defend Princess Anne. She says, I defend Princess Anne, who is not a racist, against the lies of Meghan Markle. And so I wouldn't like to believe that Princess Anne needs anybody to come to her defense. I mean, after all, she survived a kidnapping. Well, what can you do to help her? So, all that being said, Princess Anne, who I affectionately call Afro Annie, all right on, Annie, Princess Anne, aka Afro Annie. So yeah, I do believe that that's Christopher Walken, but I tell you what, none of us have ever seen Afro Annie and Christopher Walken in the same room at the same time. So until I see the two of them together, I'm just going to say I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It may be Afro Annie. It may not be Afro Annie. How could we possibly know? So anyway, we're getting close to the end of our broadcast today. When I say we, I do mean me. Us, we, us. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sonia Campbell. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's Christopher Walken, but it's a fun photo. I mean, it's like, um, oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. I love it. Whoever sent this to me, thank you so much. Could you imagine it opening up your messages and finding this photo with that caption? Oh man. Yes, this is one of life's simplest joys is a photo like this. But yeah, okay. All right. So we're going to do some comments and then we're going to have the last word. The last word. Now, yesterday, I asked someone to give me the last comment of the day, and someone said something about karma and striking down the Windsor family. And while that sentiment may be shared by most of us here on Royal Sussex, I was just looking for something a little lighter than, may the forces of good strike down and strike at the heart of evil. That was a little bit too apocalyptic for my taste. So, again, I'm going to ask you all to keep it cute, keep it clean, and you know what I'm saying? Because you know how we ended yesterday. It was like, um, yeah, so it was a little bit more heavy-handed than oh, Elaine Parker, thank you so much. Thank you. We do have a couple minutes, so do gather your thoughts and everything and try to find some kind of lighthearted, loving, something that will reflect the kind nature and the spirit of the Sussex squad. I would love to see Princess Anne with a cigar. I tell you, Princess Anne, if you can hear my voice, please find a nice stogie and take a selfie and please share it with the Sussex squad. That would make my day. Okay. Anne belongs to the, what is that? Aquae family, which is the horse, the strongest power they possess. She mirrors that as well, like her, like father, like daughter, perhaps. Yeah, um, yeah. Princess Anne is really the son that Philip always wanted. Philip has been a bit disappointed by his sons. And quiet as is kept, I kind of think he had two daughters, but I'm not going to go there. But he's been disappointed by his sons. Um, yeah, because I think one of his daughters was seen wandering in the Windsor Great Park with her partner one day, and yeah, so I think that I think one of the daughters was seen wandering Windsor Great Park one day, and that's the one that's into the couture maxi military uniforms. That's a lovely maxi. I'm not even sure it's regulation, but that is a lovely maxi that she's wearing there, and even nice enough to show us a little leg, right? Yeah, I mean, you know what they say, you got to show a little leg. But yeah, she's even nice enough just to show us a little leg. Yeah, it's a maxi. Which explains how this happened. They said that some woman fell on her face at the cenotaph for the ceremony that day. And the first thing I thought was, Edward? Yeah, when they said some woman fell, I said, Edward? Edward? And it turns out it wasn't Edward because I thought that Edward had tripped over that maxi and fell on her face, but it wasn't Edward. It was someone else. But I just thought it was Edward. Yeah, I mean, you got to show a little leg, right? You have to show a little leg. It's very flirtatious, just a little naughty, but I like it. She's showing a little leg. I think it took courage for her to come out in that maxi coat. Um, I mean, come to the program, not come out. But I think that took a lot of courage. And, she showed up and she showed out. And I think I mean, work it, work it, work, right? That's giving me runway. Work. You better work. You better work it. So she's working it. She has on her gloves, her maxi. She's working it. Okay, so with that, now for sure we need to get out of here. Okay, so last word of the day. Last word of the day. Yeah, she's strutting the groove, Anna. She's strutting. She's working it. Yes, Diane Kelly, you better work, work, work it. Yeah, I don't have a lick of sense. That was Andrew's coat. Now you're gonna take me to a whole nother direction of humor that I couldn't possibly go. But some people said it was Philip's coat. All I know is here is a maxi. That's a maxi coat. All day long. And I just think that it's very daring of her to go out there and just say, "This is who I am. We are what we are when what we are is an illusion." We are what we are, and what we are is an illusion. That is a rocket in the making. I could literally see Edward performing with the Rockettes with this pose. So Woo! This is too funny. Okay, so with that being said, I am 3 minutes over. Um, but seriously, when they said some woman fell on her face that day, and from time to time, one of the guards will, or military people, they collapse. But this probably, I don't know what caused this, but I thought it was Edward in her maxi, and that's why when they said that, I was like, Edward? But no, it wasn't Edward. It was someone else. So, um, until next Christmas performance of the Rockettes, we're gonna have to say farewell to Edward. Edward. Oh boy. Okay. So that's it, you guys. All right, now who's got the last word now? Well, this is a last word, but I was looking for something a little different. But you're probably right, Raven. I'm just something ain't right about me. Okay, Bellissima, I believe that's it. It's lighthearted, it's positive, it's not asking karma to strike down the Windsor family. That was yesterday's last word. So I'll take this. Thank you, Bellissima, and thank you, one and all. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and thank you for cheering on Edward. Edward? Okay. Woo! And whoever sent me Christopher Walken, aka Afro Annie, thank you. This was the highlight of my day. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for the memberships. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Royal Sussex. Don't forget to subscribe to Royal Sussex. And I'm going to say this one last thing. Can you guys believe that Royal Sussex has over 4 million views? Can you believe that? There are over 4 million views on the Royal Sussex. I couldn't believe it. 4 million views. I guess I wasn't paying attention. But somehow, I don't know how it happened. Maybe I was talking about Europe, but we got 4 million views on Royal Sussex. So thank you all for that, because without you, it would not have happened. 4 million views. 4,029,920 views. This is what the analytics say. 4 million views since since I think last April. 4 million views. Isn't that amazing? Sorry to throw this up at the last second, but I kind of forgot about it. 4 million. Yeah. And I didn't even have to talk about Europe, Diane Hawkins. 4 million views. But I can talk about Europe if you want me to. Okay, Bellissima says, good night and good health, everyone. All right, good night, good health. Love you all. Gotta go. Bye.